listening, active listening during that context and no interruptions is extremely important, because that's where you begin to develop the empathy for that person. You can't manage everybody in the same way. Human beings are human beings, they're diverse. And each one needs a certain kind of motivation. Some work independently and don't need any affirmation or stroking. Others are more needy. But you have to become attuned to that as a leader, because if you mess that up, everybody gets divided against you. So, self-regulation for me, it's a hard thing to do, because you have to realize you set the tone. If you come in all down, if sales are bad, if something breaks, if you have an IT situation and something crashes and you go, oh my Lord, this is, you cuss or you get all upset and everything, that sends a reverberation through the entire organization and you don't realize it. But then, I tell you what it's like. Any of you who have kids, I have 3 sons. One of them will call me up on a Saturday night and go just completely crazy about an issue. And I will worry and fret over that issue until Tuesday when he calls me back. And I'll say, Samuel, are you okay? I mean, this issue was so terrible. He'll say, what issue? So he's forgotten it. So this is what happens if you're a leader. Like if you don't self-regulate, you'll blow up about something or something will happen and it reverberates through the organization. People remember it and then you move on to the next thing, but they're still stuck where they were, that was created by your lack of self-regulation. Then empathy. How is it that we create empathy? Well, listen, here's the deal. Everybody wants to do well. I believe firmly that there are people, the vast majority of people are not slackers. They want to do well and they want to add meaning to something they're doing, and they want to feel like what they're doing is meaningful. So, but a lot of times managers and leaders think that instead of using that motivation through empathy, they can extract what they need through threats, through being heavy-handed, and they may get results for a little while, but after a while it wears off. And so the thing to really get the best results, it's been proven empirically, is to find something that makes that person feel like they're adding meaning. Now, I've done surveys with people and analysis with people in workshops, and I discover that some people are not on the right seats on the bus, as Jim Collins would say. In other words, they're not having fun. They don't feel like they're contributing where they are. But if you listen to them and listen to what makes them happy, you can put them in another position in the organization where they could thrive. And it takes working that out. And so empathy is different from accountability. We have to hold each other accountable in an organization. But I find that if you listen and observe and understand the human terrain and put people in the right seats on the bus, then accountability takes care of itself. Now, you always have to check, you have to have scorecards and objectives and all that kind of thing, but I don't think there's a millennial out there who doesn't want to feel like they're doing something to improve society. And that's why the triple bottom line is so important. When you talk about the triple bottom line, we're talking about profit, people, and the planet. And you have to talk about those things every day. You have to say, what are we going to achieve in terms of our revenue goals? How are we going to make people better around us? Not just within the organization and our fellow staff members, but people that we serve. How are we going to make them happier? And the planet, how are we going to make this a more caring and loving place? So you've got to build those exercises in as well. And that has to do with the final element of emotional intelligence, which is social skills. And there are so many people who have maybe an ability to be self-aware, an ability to self-regulate, an ability to empathize, but they don't have the social skills to put it together. And frankly, that takes going out and walking around and seeing what people do. I had somebody tell me one time, you know, if you have meetings all the time, we won't get our work done. And then another guy said, if you don't get out and walk around, you won't know what we're doing, and we want you to see what we're doing. So those kinds of social skills are critical. So those are my thoughts on emotional intelligence.